So have you seen the one-arm boxer? Where do we start with the one-arm boxer? Yeah, first off, while I'm thinking, I can show you my edition. It's a newer one. Comes in a slip. It even has a poster. The poster is the same as you see here. And when you turn the poster, you get the original poster. And yeah, we got a small booklet. So, you know, this is the cover. You can turn it, you know what I'm saying? And I always turn it when you can, and so it's not the same, you know. Just it's more original artwork. This is the guy. This is Jimmy. And his hand is all black. This is still made in the early days of kung fu movies, as we know it, or as we know him. This is before Bruce Lee and this is before Jackie Chan. So it's produced by Raymond Chow, and the lead actor Jimmy Wang Yu also plays the starring role as the one-arm boxer. Yeah, this movie just hits the ground running. Starts off with a typical quarrel, you know, a dispute in a public tea house. And the guys are taking their birds, you know, just to have a little competition about who got the biggest bird. Some say it's a metaphor for who's got the biggest bird, you know what I mean? Schwanzsucher. Cockfight. It's a cockfight. But without cocks. With pigeons or you know, canary birds. Probably more canaries than pigeons. But anywho, the birds had to be beautiful. That's the point. And the more beautiful the bird is, the bigger person you are. But that's not the quarrel in this situation. It starts off with a baddie gang. The badasses, not the good badasses, but the baddies are called the Hook Gang. So right away you're not confused about who's good or bad. The Hook Gang is probably not very good, and they're all dressed in black, and they used hooks on sticks, and they have a big fight over our hero and his dojo in blue, dressed all in blue. Those are the good guys, sitting where they're not supposed to be sit at the table. The baddies used the Hook Gang's table. It's like, you're sitting at my table, please go. Not please, I'd kill you for it. So that's the start of the movie, and it's like, oh no, you don't, you know, you don't get to kill me, I kill you. So we have a quarrel, and a big brawl is opening the movie before the title. And the title music is the theme from Shaft. It's awesome. When that started, it was like, I knew this movie was good in my head. And it sure was, because they just snatched the shaft. Is there a theme? We have a cockfight, and now we're going on to the shaft. Excuse me. Back to the movie. So Shaft is playing, and the credits, the opening credits shows you the usual stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty dope. Already, it's not 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, and it's already dope as folk. And right after the opening credits, we got another big fight, because now we have the fight over how dare you to fight me. And then they go back to the dojos, each of them, after 2 fights, not 3, 2. And our Jimmy, who later on will be the one-armed boxer, is getting punished, because punishment is very important in China, and especially back in the heydays. Anywho, Jimmy, he gets 3 lashes in the arse from the master, because he's been a bad boy. He's been using the kung fu from the dojo as a means to violence, and that's not okay. That's not Buddha. So he take his 3 lashes in the ass, and in China 3 is a magic number also. So he's supposed to get it. Now he's learned his lesson. That's not enough, because next scene the Hook gang comes with their master to the good dojo and says, how dare you start a fight? And all fighters, I don't know, I can't remember what he says, because it doesn't make sense, because it's the good guys who should go to the bad dojo and say, what the fuck are you doing? Get a grip over your students, over your peeps, over your Hook gang, or what do you call it? We won't have that. We won't tolerate it. No, they don't. So besides, it doesn't make any much sense, but I guess it makes sense if you are the guys in the movie. That's what I'm telling myself. So we got a new fight, and it just continues to fight, and the whole fucking first hour of the movie is practically non-stop fighting. I was thinking to myself, does this really, is this the first movie I will ever see where we don't have a scene that isn't a fight? but there is a small break in the movie. 1 hour in it, we have a small break around 10 minutes where we don't have much fighting but training, and then we're back to fighting the last 20 minutes. So yeah, it's a fighting tornado of a movie. It is so fucking fantastic that it's very hard to describe. I actually have a pretty hard time to describe it clearly. So I'm just gonna talk about it, So we are fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, and we are really fighting, and it's not like only the old stylized fighting. This is the Raymond Chow is telling his people to step it up a notch. He's been looking around in what other successes are doing, like Come Drink With Me, and even Dragon Inn, where you have another level of just the old style, where it was even more kabuki than you will see the fighting in Touch of Sin or something like that, where it's very stylized, almost like a dance. That was what I was getting at. It's less of a dance and more of a real fight now, what you see in this movie. Most of it is real martial art, and you see a lot of different styles, because the Hook gang is going all in. This is the biggest tea house dispute in history. This escalates faster than the fight in Anchorman and Climax, with the blowtorch and whatnot. Grenade, Biff. Grenade. It's so fucking bonkers and marvelous at the same time. As I'm trying to say, it's almost undescribable, because the Hook gang gets 10 men from out of town to help them, just to be sure. They get a couple of Zen warriors from a Buddha, what do you call that? Yeah, they, you know, in pajamas, in yellow pajamas. They even say that in the movie. How can you fight in yellow pajamas? And then they kick somebody's ass and say, you should respect the house of Buddha, or something like that. You know, the brotherhood of Zen. And we got a couple from with kickboxing skills, champions, and that's a chapter on itself. I laughed out loud when they started to fight, and you will see if you see the movie why. And then we got a yoga master from India. It's clearly another Hong Kong dude, but this Hong Kong dude has shoe polish in his face, so that will make him look more Indian. And he walks around on hands while he fights. As even in the climax, when Jimmy gets to the point where he only got one hand, he doesn't have that. In the start of the movie, he's the two-hand Jimmy. I'm gonna get to that later. But concerning the yoga master who walks on arms, you know, like handstands fighting, it doesn't make sense, but it's pretty badass in a cool, funny, bonkers way. I don't know what to call it. Excuse my lack of words. But yeah, one-armed Jimmy, the hero, he just attacks him on his one hand, walking on it. Yeah. And he does it even only with a finger. So that happened. That was when I saw the movie, my face was this. What the fuck? And then this inside, you know, at the same time. And it's so fucking ridiculously good, this movie. It is ridiculously fantastic. It is a hoot, a blast, a popcorn movies to end all popcorn movies. And you're probably thinking, yeah, you haven't seen Miami Connection. That's so bad it's good times 10 on crack and then some. Yeah, I saw it on mescaline. No, I did see it, but not in that way. We're talking kung fu movies, and we're talking from that decade. And damn it. We're talking Shaft theme. The theme from Shaft is returning 8 or 9 times through the whole goddamn movie. We got electric guitars going on with fuzz pedal. We got all kinds of also traditional Chinese music mixed in. I'm even sure we got something from the bridge over the River Kwai at some point. It's like it almost reminds me of the Turkish Star Wars, but cool. The Turkish Star Wars wasn't cool. If you're saying the Turkish Star Wars was cool, that was a hoot. That was fun like fucking hell, yes. But this is a real movie. This is a movie. It's not only a rip-off after rip-off on rip-off with trampolines. But yeah, we sure got some trampoline action also in this, so I'm not sure. We shouldn't compare it to the Turkish Star Wars. It's like, of course, I'm just kidding around. This is better than the Turkish Star Wars. It has nothing to do with that. It was a bad example, but this movie is only if we have to be real about it, or if I have to, and with my knowledge of that that type of cinema, that genre, that Eastern Asian, I would say this is more like 8 diagram pole fighting and flying guillotine movie. Even some Ricky O, but that's newer, real new, and not a real martial art movie. But anywho, I did had some Ricky O thoughts when I saw it. So you know what I mean. That just tells you how crazy this is. The climax is, and the way he loses his one arm is I don't know if I should tell it if you never seen it, but that's another what the fuck just happened there, mate, when he loses his arm. I promise you have never seen nothing like that. That is so fucking. It's got some. You're gonna laugh out loud, and you're gonna be entertained. Is it the best martial art? If you're hunting for the best martial art movies, this is not the one. It have a lot of martial art, and it's pretty good, but most of it is something you have seen before. Most of it, and but the whole as the movie as a whole, you never seen this movie before, unless you've seen the movie before. It's like holy shit. I mean it. I was almost in tears laughing at one point. And as I said, I'm not gonna spoil it if you're not seen it, because I'm just gonna promise you this is a no holds bar. They are not skipping any fucking. Just when you think, okay, that's enough gifting for today, I've been blessed times 10. They're gonna crank up the Shaft theme, and he's gonna get his ass kicked, the one-arm boxer, and you think, oh, now it's over, and then he's gonna fucking stand up like. Maybe we're going back. It just hit me when he stands up. He gets knocked down, and you're not supposed to. It's not supposed to be possible for you to just like, get up on that point without, He's just like whoop, and then he's up again. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, was that me not before now realizing that the cockfight, who's got the biggest bird from the opening scene to the last scene, is almost tying it together, because it's pretty phallic to just like get up from the ground like a but yeah, and the one-armed. There's so many phallic symbols in this. I just sometimes it helps when you talk about because then all of a sudden you can hear your thoughts because you heard them. It sounds crazy, but you get more in tune with all the. It's a movie about a big dick. The one-arm boxer. The one-arm monster. The one-eyed monster. It's a phallic competition. It's a great old phallic. Is it? I just found out this movie is about who's got them all, who's got the chutzpah, who's viral, whose junk is the funk. That explains the Shaft theme. That explains the one arm. That explains so much. That explains how he gets up. Dang it. We cracked the code. The one-arm boxer is a dick movie. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I still love it. I'm just kidding around because, of course, it's not. But as I was thinking more and more about it, it actually sounded like I was talking about a movie about who can stand up tallest and proudest and who's got the biggest. Anywho, I promise you, it's not a movie about dicks. Or is it? You have to decide. Watch the movie, comment about it, or have you seen it? Do make a comment about the whole phallic situation in it, because I'm pretty sure I'm not done discovering phallic in this one, but you can say that, I guess, to a lot of movies, But this one especially, as I was thinking about it, talking about it more and more, it sounded like, what the fuck did I just saw yesterday? What I saw yesterday was a kick-ass cool movie. And a movie who only could have been made in 72, and we haven't seen movies like that ever since. Not really. We've seen a lot of movies inspired by this, and movies like this. Flying Guillotine has inspired, I would guess, a lot of, just to mention one. I can see that, in Kill Bill, in Go-Go's, So that was why I mentioned it. So just a small example. So yes. And of course the whole martial art in itself is catching more and more and more on. And just when you think the martial art wave is done, it's just beginning. In comes another wave of Ip Man movies, or for 20 years ago we got a lot of, even at Oscar, movies. We got things like House of Flying Daggers and stuff like that. So they have really branched out, and we are living in the golden age of, we can finally get these movies and get them in the right edition, and to see them, and some of us to see them for the first time. For me, this was a first, and I was instantly a fan. This is a movie I would show my friends when they visit. I would also show them. It's right here. That's why I mention it a lot. The Flying Guillotine. Because I'm gonna see that later. Again. I love it. There's nothing left to say than I fucking love it. Yes. That was my little talk on the one-arm boxer, and I do have one more. You can be sure if this guy hits you in the face, it's gonna be the same arm he wipes his ass with. Just saying. Better wash. Just kidding. Who cares? So yeah. Domo arigato. Thank you very much, Rome, and yeah. Have a great day. Bye now. That's it, man. We're not talking movies no more today.